how do we stay safe? So the most important thing is your attitude. And your attitude, if you people come to a job site sometimes and they think they got these safety squints. They don't want to wear safety glasses or think they're not going to get hurt and they don't follow precautions and then they end up hurting themselves and they hurt everybody else. So, first thing that you do to get to a job site is you have to have a good attitude and then you do work safely and that creates a safe work habit. And one of the most important things is good housekeeping. So that means we organize our tools, we keep the site clean. If we keep the site clean, we know where everything is, we reduce dust, um, we reduce tripping hazards. You're not digging around through a pile of sharp objects and get cuts all over your fingers. You don't run stuff over. So we have good housekeeping, and then we want to keep our tools clean, and that's good for we can see if our tools are in good condition and not damaged, and they last longer, and they don't break, and they don't become a hazard. And then we remove all surplus material, so we get rid of anything on site that we don't need that's properly stored. And then we have adequate lighting so you can see where you are. Now, second thing is you always need PPE. Now, as an employer decides if you need PPE, but if he says you do, then you do. You're responsible for wearing it. But if the employer says you don't need PPE, you can still wear PPE. It's your right. It's your right to wear more PPE than required by your employer. So if I tell you you don't need safety glasses, for example, you can still wear safety glasses. Nobody can stop you. But on a job site, you always wear safety glasses because it's kind of my thing. So, so on any of my job sites, safety glasses are always mandatory. Some people will say, "Oh, I don't need them," but um, you always need safety glasses because you only have one set of eyes, and a piece of debris could come from anywhere and hurt you. So it's one of my things. So yeah, PPE can be eyes, flame resistant clothing, foot protection, head protection, a life jacket, limb protection, or respiratory protection. Now, like I said, employer has the right to force you to wear PPE even if there's no hazard. And we don't have to provide PPE except for like noise and respiratory. So we do have to provide you with earplugs and masks, respirators, but you have to provide your own like reflective vest, boots, that kind of thing, hard hat. Now most employers will give you like a cash allowance of let's say $200 a year or something, so you can buy boots. Or and if you're in a union, then you probably get more money than that. It depends. An employer must monitor your PPE and correct it if it's worn or damaged, though. So if it gets damaged at work, they have to get you new stuff. And they must train you to use the PPE, wear the PPE, and understand the limitations of the PPE. So a steel toe boot is not going to protect your foot from a roof collapsing, for example. So you have to understand the hazards and you have to know the limits of your PPE.